It's quite windy. We were supposed to get rain today, but it doesn't look like it's going to until later on tonight, so I'm gonna walk. I did walk yesterday, but I didn't release that video yet. So in lieu of posting 2 videos, I might just put a couple clips of that in here so that you know I walked yesterday as well. Spoke mostly gibberish yesterday, but there was a couple stories in there that were pretty funny. Or I could just tell you them again. It's really windy. A lot of people here. It is the weekend. So people, hold on. Let's get away from them. Trees. All right. It's quite windy. Should probably walk through the woods first. So if it does rain, I won't have to walk through mud. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I'll do that. I got the street then. Okay. So anyhow, another person. Oh, I hope I don't have too much of this today. I'm just gonna pause it for a second. All right. So one story that I shared from yesterday was I was teaching my sister how to drive. Well, her boyfriend mainly did most of the teaching. So after she got her permit, I let her use my car, and I asked her, do you want to go to the mall? She said yes, excitedly, because it's not far from our house at the time. So we do that, and more people, hold on. So she's used to driving her boyfriend's truck. Now the shifter behind the wheel of the truck, well, the shifter on the truck is behind the wheel. All right, my shifter's on the center console. So she grabs my shifter behind my wheel as she's turning her head back to go in reverse. And she turns on my windshield wipers with the fluid. And as she goes, why am I not going in reverse? So she turns around, sees the water going on the windshield. She panics. She goes, oh my God, it's raining. I was like, Candace, it's not raining. You just turned on my windshield wipers. She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, I'm so used to the truck. She's like, where's your shifter? Where's your shifter? I'm like, dude, don't panic. It's right here. She's like, oh my God, it's so stupid. All right. So she's like, all right. So she gathers herself real quick. She didn't panic that bad. She was just, just a silly moment. We pull out, go to the mall. But in lieu of pulling into the parking lot of the mall, she pulls into the parking lot of the middle school in front of the mall, or next to it. So she confidently goes, I did it! Now let's go shopping. I said, look up. She goes, what? It's like, it's the middle school. She goes, oh my God. We're both hysterically laughing. By this point, I said, would you like me to drive? She goes, yes, because you have to make a left onto that crazy road and then make another left again into the mall, which is also crazy. So I finished that drive, and then she drove home naturally. Perfectly fine. But it was so funny because she got her permit, and you're like, man, does she know how to drive? Yes, she does. She was fine. It was just her first time driving my car. She was used to the truck. So it was just her motor skills was a little different. She had to reacclimate herself to a different vehicle. That's all. As a matter of fact, she took the test in my car, and she did fine. It was funny because it was her first time. in my car. And she didn't know how I was going to be, because I'm typically, as the older sister, I was the one that was tough on her. I was tough on both my younger brother and sister. So I think she had it in her head that, okay, my older sister is now next to me while I'm driving. If my boyfriend's yelling at me all the time, teaching me how to drive, I don't know how my sister's going to be. And she probably assumed I was going to be rough with her, but I wasn't. So it turned out to be a really good time. And I did a lot of laughing. So she probably didn't expect me to laugh at her like I did. And not once did I ever yell at her. So it turned out to be a great time. And same thing with my brother too. Because I remember back when I was learning how to drive, I don't do well under pressure, especially when I'm very hard on myself on the road. So I returned the favor for my siblings. I was very gentle with them, teaching them on the road as well. Oh, which brings me to another story. So, God rest their souls. I had my two neighbors. They both had cystic fibrosis. And they told me that, I don't know if that was just something that their mother told them to keep them from driving because she didn't want them out of her house, or if this is an actual fact through a medical journal. I've never seen it. But they told me that people with cystic fibrosis tend to be bad drivers. I've never read about that. I don't know where that source came from. I think that was their mother specifically told them that because she didn't want them to flee the nest. So they had no confidence whatsoever getting behind the wheel. So I'll never forget, I had me and my brother's girlfriend, who turned out to be a very good friend of theirs, teaching them how to drive, the older one. And she pulled out too soon and cut off an Asian truck driver. And I'm saying this for context, just because of the way he said it. And she felt so bad about what happened that thank God it was this particular individual and not somebody else who actually had road rage. So when she pulled out in front of this guy, he stopped her. And, she got out of the car. What are you doing? I'm so sorry. He goes, almost kill. I'm sorry. He goes, you motherfucker. Gets in his car and speeds off. And she gets in her car and she's like, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that. I feel so stupid. So, of course, to make her feel better, we repeated exactly what he said. We go, almost killed, motherfucker. And we all erupted in laughter in the car. And she immediately felt better. Why? Because she felt terrible about the situation. He did not know her condition and her situation. So that's how we made light of it. And I'm sure I didn't know how his day was going either. But he didn't know her day. So, there. And God rest her soul. She is unfortunately no longer with us. She has succumbed to her cystic fibrosis through different complications that came with it after her double lung transplant. So, but boy, did we have some good times. Her younger sister. So the two of them, we all went to the same church together. And her parents were we called them cell leaders, or like Bible study leaders, or like house to house, basically. So they did a Bible study. So basically people in each township or town or somewhere close to that church in that area will go to their house on Saturday nights. Other areas are like Friday nights, Wednesday nights, whatever. So we would go to their house on Saturday night, and they were right next to us, so we would go. So one night after church, they did this play. I forgot the name of it. And afterwards, because my brother was in the play, a few kids from Bible study were in the play, and after church, after the play, we were going to go to my neighbor's house and have coffee, cake, whatever, and then go home after that. So we go to the diner, which is next to the church. So the two girls decided to drive with me and my brother and his girlfriend. So it was the 5 of us. And people with cystic fibrosis tend to be very skinny. My brother's girlfriend was also super skinny. So my brother and I were sitting in the front, and the 3 girls were in the back. So the younger sister goes, I gotta go to the bathroom. Of course, she waits until we're ready to go. I had to go to the bathroom. Okay, no problem. So she goes to the bathroom. We're sitting there for a good 10 minutes. Well, what is she doing? So then the older sister goes, she's got a fatty liver. She's got this. Sometimes she just takes her time. She just really needs to take her time to go to the bathroom. I said, she's not scared to go to a public place? She goes, oh no, she's fearless. Wow, I commend her. I was like, I'm scared to death to go in a public place. She's like, nope. No, she's actually very proud of it. She'll probably come in the car and describe everything. Oh boy, she goes, brace yourselves. All right. Well, sure enough, she comes in the car in a panic. So I'm like, who is he? Where do I get him? Who do I beat up? Because she came in the car panicked. So I said, did somebody bother you? Because she was like, oh my God, we need to go now. I said, what happened? So I'm hesitant because I don't know if I should call the police or go in and hand somebody's butt to them. So I said, what happened? She goes, well, I go to the bathroom, and she goes, I just pick a stall, and she goes, this lady comes up to me and she goes, can I please use this bathroom? She goes, I've been using this bathroom for such a long time, and I love using that toilet. She goes, oh sure, no problem. So this old elderly woman or older lady goes in that stall and is having a full conversation with my neighbor's younger sister, going to the bathroom and full on grunting while my neighbor's younger sister is trying to go to the bathroom in the stall next to this woman. Like, so how is your day? Like straight on. So she goes, now, you guys know how proud I am of pooping in public places. She goes, but I'm not proud to poop next to somebody while they're grunting at me in the middle of sentences while they're talking to me. And she goes, oh, this one hurts so bad. I really wish it didn't hurt so bad. And she's describing to me how much it hurts. And oh my goodness. So we're all hysterically laughing. So she wasn't panicked because somebody was bothering her to hurt her. She was panicked because she was embarrassed for the lady. So I asked her, I was like, well, did you poop? She's like, no, I only had to pee. But she goes, I felt bad to leave because she was sitting there holding a conversation with me. I didn't want to leave. I was like, why didn't you just say, okay, I'm done now, I gotta go? She's like, I felt bad. Anyways, yeah. I guess special people attract special people. Yeah, today is a good story day. A good story day. So today at work, wow, I better not jinx myself, but I'm pretty all by my lonesome pretty far. Normally I'm like, oh, more people, oh, more people, oh, more people. So the doctor that came back and that we lovingly took under our wing, he's with us today, and his partner, and I got to work with both of them. And I have a special connection with his partner. I love working with him too. And so I worked with the doctor, and then afterwards I worked with his partner. Now his partner has my sense of humor. So, we were being serious. Now, during this case, I was taking x-rays for him. Now, the x-ray machine's a little funky. So when you have a patient on the table and they're very broad shoulder, it's hard to get a good image because the shoulders make the image too dark on one side, too light on the other, so you can't get the needles or whatever it is that you're trying to get. It like whites it out. So a little trick is you go north, so you go towards the head more. Well, in the doctor's frustration, he goes, "Why are you giving me too much head?" So I, without skipping a beat, go, "That's what she said." So he immediately starts cracking up. He goes, try to lift it. I said, "I did, but if I do that, you're going to lose the image completely." So I had to like cock it a little bit and try to just get a tangential or basically a crooked image just to see something. So I know a few tricks here and there. I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't mean to be sucky." He's like, "No, you're not sucky. The case was sucky." So we were just like having a sucky conversation. Like, we speak each other's language. It was so much fun. And I said it just like that. I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't mean to be sucky." It's good. It's good to be comfortable. We had a good day. Busy, but good. It's okay to be busy. Busy is actually a very good sign. So I hate when we're not busy and I feel like I'm just chasing my tail. Let's see, more stories. Yeah, I think I watched The Office all the way through too many times. So That's What She Said was just a no-brainer. Like, any kind of innuendo, That's What She Said. Like that just came out of me. Just mental reflex. Water. I drank 2 of these today, which is good. So glad that I actually got to walk, because I said yesterday during my walk, I'm probably not going to walk today, but I'll make up for it cleaning my house. So not only am I going to go to work, and I think we did 52 patients today, which is a lot of running around, a lot of mental labor. But I go for my walk, which is about 2 miles or more. Let's see, 45 minutes. because you do about 2 miles in a half hour. About 45 minutes. Let's just say about 2 miles, okay? Not exaggerate it. All right. And cleaning my house. I'm going to be accomplished this weekend. Tomorrow, I'm going to just going to rest. Unashamed. I might walk. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. Monday's going to be a light day, so I might actually go to Rutgers Gardens. We'll see. Rutgers Gardens actually really nice. We'll see if it's not going to rain. It's supposed to be quite dreary. A bug touched my ear, now it's itchy. Okay, now that I start sweating, bugs are attracted to me. And it's not fun. I'm trying to think. I have so many stories from my... Okay. All right. So some stories from yesterday. All right. So I had a betta fish. Back in 2003, Finding Nemo came out. It's probably where my little love of fish came from. I wanted a fish, but something easy to take care of between school and work and everything. Just something, take a pellet here and there, whatever. Well, remember the famous saying, all pipes lead to the ocean? All right, I took that to heart and I genuinely believed that. Well, I cleaned my Betta's fish tank, but didn't add enough water. It was like a little short, maybe an inch or two. I said, let me fill it up a little higher. But in so doing that, Darth Betta, he was a dark blue fish, so I named him Darth Betta. He was very people aware, so when I'd come in the room, he would come and look at me. I loved him. Well, so he floats to the top, and I went to just put a little bit of water in the top just to add some more, and bloop, he flies out of the tank and straight down the drain. Like, down the drain in the sink. And I went, oh no. So, I turned the sink on high and I said, well, all drains lead to the ocean. Be free. My brother comes home from school. I said, Anthony, we lost Darth Betta. He goes, why? What happened to him? I said, well, I was cleaning his tank out. It was short about an inch of water. So I went to put more water in and he flew out of the tank into the drain. He goes, well, if you didn't turn the water on, I could get him out of the P-trap. P-trap's that little gullet there on the bottom of the sink, the bend. And you could just pop it out and put him back in the tank. I said, well, I didn't think of that. I just ran the water so that he can go out into the ocean. I said, all pipes lead to the ocean. And I had that big smile like, I'm very sad, but at least he's free. He's like, Kristen, we have a septic tank. And then it dawned on me. I'm like, crap, we do. And then, as messed up as it was, we busted out laughing because I feel stupid and I feel really bad at the same time. My poor little guy had such a shitty death. Oh. In my defense, in my heart of hearts, I completely forgot that we had a septic tank. I honestly believe that all pipes led to the ocean. And thirdly, I forgot that one little fun fact that betta fish are freshwater fish and the ocean saltwater. He was doomed no matter which way I looked at it. And I was 19 years old and I was a little... When I go stupid hard, you know? And some people are like, oh, why are you talking about it? You're such an idiot. Well, you know what? Kids nowadays, a 19-year-old nowadays, they videotape their stupidity. I'm just talking about it. There's no video proof. It could just be a story. So I can make other 19-year-olds feel better about themselves. Never thought about that. All right. There is a clearing. See, if I made the left instead of right, we would have come out this way a lot sooner, but I took the long way. Took this long scenic route because more exercise. Why not? Get more steps in that way. There we go. Freaking bugs out of my hair. Got my water in case I need a drink. It's very cloudy. Yeah. But it's not rainy, so that's good. Of course, I wouldn't be too mad at it because it is hot. Noisy. Alright, maybe at my face, not like this, like a thumb, well, a face. So I watched a video yesterday. Selling Letterkenny, or the guy from Letterkenny. Women have men so skewed. They wonder why they're single. It's like, I live in New York City. I just want a simple guy. A guy that works hard. A guy that goes out all the time. A guy that sits in. You're describing a maniac. I want a guy that sits in on Thursday nights. I want a guy that goes out on Tuesday nights. I want a guy that randomly gives me a gift on Saturday night. But then I want him to work hard for the rest of the week. And I want to be able to sit home with my thumb up my butt. I added that one in there. Okay. I'm not going to lecture. But maybe if you're single and you're saying what you want from guys and you have a list that's more than 10, maybe look at that list. Just take a look at it. And there was another one who was saying what she doesn't do for her husband and she's proud of it. I refuse to do his laundry. We both do our kids' laundry, but I refuse to do his. I will not make his lunch for the day. He could figure it out. I refuse to do this for him. I refuse to do that for him. My act of kindness is I'll buy him something once in a while. Now listen, every relationship's different. But if your man is working all day, why can't you include some of his clothes with yours? I mean, granted, if he's a truck driver or something, it's full of grease, okay, keep it separate, but I don't know. More people, hold on. Let's wait for them to be gone a little bit. All right. Different strokes for different folks, but generationally speaking, granted, a lot of the women who have these high demands, they're very good looking. Very good looking. I'll give that to them. But underneath that, there's really no underneath. Good women are out there, but most of them look like me. A little well-to-do. And we're trying. I'm out walking every day. Hard working. I'm out working. I'm not sitting home on, well, I am. I'm online. But I'm not releasing my demands. This is what I want in a man. What I really want is the truth. That's it. I want the truth. Let me decide for myself if you're the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. Right, Squawky? I was talking to the birds. And I will tell you the truth and let you do the same. Whatever happened to that? The dating world's gotten so weird. I've been out of it for a long time. A long time. I wouldn't even know what to do. There's this thing called speed dating now, where apparently you could pull up, and if the guy's not interested, he won't even acknowledge you. And likewise, if the woman is not interested in the guy, she won't acknowledge him. You just turn away, roll your eyes, slam the door in their face, whatever it is. Listen, if the dating world's like that, I'll just stay happily single. I'm good. Speed dating? What's it called? Insta date? Oh, it's weird. So weird. Whatever happened to courtship? I must have... I think I fell asleep in Genesis and I woke up in Revelation. So weird. All right, more stories. Well, I might have been the reason why Bushkill Falls will not let you play in fall. I don't know what I almost just said. Won't let you play in the waterfalls anymore. Okay, so when you hike the waterfalls, especially the Red Trail, the Red Trail is the hardest. Yes, I was the crazy one who did that. You get to see the top of the waterfalls, and then there's the part where you can go to the bottom. And in the bottom, you can actually go in there and put your head in the waterfalls and swim around. Well, what I didn't know is when you walk in the water up to it, that because the waterfalls hit the ground so much, it kind of makes a little pocket underneath because of the water, the erosion, the rock and all that. There's a deep end. So here I am walking up to the waterfall, and my friend who was a geology major goes, "I wouldn't do that if I were you." Why? And as I went, why? I went, what? And I was underwater and just plunged underneath the waterfall. Came up right away because it's not that big and dangerous, and that's why you're allowed to play. So when I did that, other people went in, and some other people kind of fell. So now there's like a sign, be careful going too close to the waterfall because there's a little deep pocket there, and I'm sure there have been kids or whatnot. But I was one of the first idiots. I'm sure I'm not the first. I know I wasn't the last. I've seen other people follow suit, falling under the waterfall, like in the pocket, because I wanted to get a picture, like standing under the waterfall, which is impossible because there's a deep end right underneath it. You kind of have to climb on the step next to it and then kind of like go in it. Well, I was in the well of it. And guess what else I did? I wanted to drink from the waterfalls because it was natural. They actually had, it's called Old Faithful. It's a water fountain. And you just hit it a little bit and water shoots up. So it hits you right in the face. It's called Old Faithful. So it must be coming from the waterfall, right? So I'd fill my bottle with it. Of course, halfway through my trail, this thing's empty, so I'm thirsty. So when I get to the waterfall, I'm drinking from it because I'm so thirsty. So I went to go fill my water bottle with waterfall water. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's not as clear as I thought it was. It's got a little, it's not brown, but it's got like a little bit of a yellowish hue to it. Well, apparently it does have protozoa in it. And not too long after, I ended up with H. pylori. I don't know if it's from the waterfalls or I was in my college days, and yes, I did go out a lot. Between my classmates, between work, between around that time period, I did end up with H. pylori. So the wise learn from other people's mistakes. The fool learns from their own. Now, I was foolish at that time, but for your sake, be wise and learn from mine. Don't drink from waterfalls. And I also learned, don't go chasing them either. From TLC. My pants are trying to violate me. Hold on. They're like really in there. I don't like it. They're trying to put the squeeze on me, you see? It's weird. So these, like when they get hot, they get tight. Like I feel like I'm wearing a Batman suit. Like when it's like cupped around your butt just right. That's what I feel like. Like I feel like I'm in a Batman suit. Only it's like around everything. It's like even trying to squeeze my, I'm not going to say it. Actually, no, this isn't for kids now because I just said, that's what she said after what the doctor said, even though he was speaking perfectly medically, but I made an innuendo out of it. So this is strictly for 18 and older. So yeah, I'm still not going to say it. You already know what I was insinuating. So yeah, I was innuating. Oh, these berries. They're probably poisonous. Don't eat them. Oh, yes. Don't look like a thumb. Alright. It's the end of my walk. I'm probably going to cut some of this out. Alright. Peace out. Bless all your faces.